Okay. So, of course, like when the clock ticks 12 o'clock on 31st December night, we all feel so excited. Though it happens every night, but that one moment is definitely significant. It changes the energy, and we start feeling something new has begun. Some cycle is completed and something new has begun, and we look forward to create new things in our life. And I'm very sure that you all have decided at least one thing in your life that you want to accomplish in this year. You don't have to share that with us, but if you have any such thing, we would like you to make a note of it in your journal as we go through this. And if you have not set any goal and you have joined today's webinar with the intention of understanding how to set the goal in the right way, then also I invite you to have a journal with you, because we are going to learn the way in which uh, you can set the goal in a way you know that you are going to achieve either the complete goal or a part of it. Yeah. Now, when usually we set the goals, we desire something, and of course desire is one thing which gives us the impetus to do better, become better in our life and achieve more. Yeah. The first thing of working towards our goal is making sure that the desire is not coming from the lack of it. Oh, I didn't have money, so let me have money. Or I didn't have success, so let me have success. Now this is a thin line difference. If I don't have something and I want it, I'm definitely going to think about having that thing or achieving that particular thing. But if we, instead of coming from lack of something, we focus on how we are going to feel if we have that in our life, that is more empowering context. So it is good to be inspired by somebody else who has that. It is good to know that something like this exists as an experience in this world, which I can have in my life, instead of, oh, if I don't have it, it will be so bad. No. So let's say you want to lose weight. So it's a good thing to become more fit. But if you are all the time, or in your head, you are coming from the context of, oh, I'm overweight and that's bad, then you're not liking your current reality, and that's why you're wanting to change it. Now, why I'm saying this, that you should not be in such a place, either lack or not liking your current reality, because whatever we want and we want to go towards is always great. But when we dislike our presence, it takes away a lot of energy. For example, if I don't like my body today and I'm dreaming of a perfect body, then today I am most of the times feeling negative about my current body. Maybe I will spend a lot of energy and time in criticizing myself or my body. And that is not going to give me any good energy or fuel towards achieving the goal, because I'm coming from something that I don't like. So if you want to achieve something, we would invite you to think about, how do you want to feel? How will you feel if you get that? And then decide on to feeling that way and achieving that feeling in the current reality. So if you have the list ready for each goal, we would want you, either we can take a moment now and you think how you will feel if you achieve that, and start writing. You don't again have to share it here with anyone if you don't want. Or post this webinar, you can sit with yourself and do that. Am I right, Priya? You want to add something here?
I would want to just add one thing over here is when you said that it should not come from a place of lack, that's exactly what we want to say. I just would want to add, you could also add in your journal, how is it that you feel that you don't have it now? Or lack is a very broad term. Do I feel not worthy? Do I feel angry? Do I feel fearful? Do I feel not deserving? Do I feel, for example, if it's your body, then am I into a kind of a judgment about my body? Or have I faced judgment from where I want to create something better? So, in this, you will be doing two things. Number one, you will identify what is it that you are avoiding.
Yeah.
Feeling, and from there your desire comes. And then the second one, of course, how will you feel when you get it? So you're addressing both. Like, for example, very recently during the gratitude exercise, I realized that I was angry about something, about a pain that I was carrying in. And I didn't know for so many years that it was there. And certain things which I did came out of that anger. So it's important for anyone when they are setting the goal to also know what is the feeling that they are avoiding feeling.
Yeah. Or maybe a goal is set out of coping mechanism of proving something.
Yeah.
Like I once had a client who's a very successful doctor, and his major success in the career came from wanting to prove to his seniors who used to trouble him in the school time. He wanted to show them that I will become big enough, and then I might, not be so weak as I used to be in my school days. So he achieved the success in the career, but that feeling that I am weak, they made me feel a certain way, and I want to show them one day, didn't give him any happiness to enjoy his achievement. So it's a good thing to know where your goal is coming from. Why do you want what you want? And as Priya said, when you become aware of how you feel when you don't have that, that will give you a lot of clarity about anything that you need to overcome, anything that you need to heal, so that the context of your goal is healthy.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that is going to be the first thing that we want you to do. And once you have done this, on the other side of the list, you have the feeling that you want to feel when you have this goal achieved, right? So you can focus on that, how you will feel. And maybe you can, if I continue from a gratitude exercise, that you can start focusing on that particular feeling in your current reality. For example, if you are going to feel quite content after having a particular kind of car that you want to buy this year, where all do you feel that contentment today? It may be about your health, it may be about the kind of money you are able to save, it might be about the kind of friendships that you already have, or the work that you do. So every day, making sure that you take a moment before you go to sleep and connect to that emotional experience, that particular feeling before you sleep. then it becomes very easy for you to focus on that every day and take a step from that feeling already. And why I think that that is very, very important, because when we are already coming from the feeling that we want to have, or we think we will feel the way we want to feel when we get the goal, is because we are able to go with the flow. That feeling guides us, and the journey becomes easy and beautiful. Whatever turn you have to take to achieve that, you're completely all right with it. That's when, like the quotes that we have heard about, that surrender and trust the process. This is the way we can trust the process. And when we are not able to trust the process, then it will show us that maybe that is the barrier. And with that, you can try different self-help techniques that you have learned so far with us or anywhere else, to know whether you really uh, you can handle that by yourself, or you need experts help. So going to a therapist or a healer and working on it. So this can become a easy guide for when to seek a help from outside and when you don't need it. Yeah. I think this was the first aspect of the goal setting that we wanted to share with you. Priya, you want to add anything here?
No. Maybe we can take a minute or give a minute for them to, you know,
Write down.
yeah, if they have it written, like I can see people with a
People are
notepad and
writing. Yeah.
so if they want to write down, it'll be easier when we are
Yeah.
sharing. So
Should we go ahead? Okay. Would you like to start, Priya, or should I continue?
please continue.
Okay. So the next element that we want you to understand is, when you're setting the goal, uh, is it big enough, which will inspire you to go beyond your comfort zone? At the same time, it's not as big or as beyond your capacity that you feel that it's not achievable. So it should not be too small a step for you, and it should not be too big a step for you. Yeah. So now, let's say you have a goal and you're sure one day you want to achieve it, but you realize that this is too big for you to achieve in next 6 8 months or 1 year. Then maybe you can break it down in the milestones. And milestones can have further sub milestones. Because once you know that, you will know your action plan. Like I remember back in 2000, 18, when I was not so regular with my exercise, uh, I thought of taking up a challenge of 21 days regular yoga. And I did that for 21 days. And then it became a habit for me to continue with 5 days a week, which I was struggling for almost 1.5 years time. I would do it for 2, 3 days and then rest of the week would go away. So that was doable. At the same time, that was challenging for me because even on Sundays I had to do my yoga there. So that kept me, motivating to do, but it didn't become like, oh, I'll achieve this much weight or that kind of muscular body, or I'll do these many asanas. All of that didn't come. I kept going with my capacity, my speed, and slowly I became regular. And then I started including more uh, asanas or more poses. So that happened eventually in next 1 year. So something like that. You find that it is little beyond your capacity, but not too big. So we want you to do this next in the plan of setting the goal. Priya, do you want to add here? Do you have anything? Fine.
I just want to say that we have a kind of a series planned
Yeah.
this entire month around goal setting and around achieving it. So when Gayatri says that, it shouldn't be too big or break it down into milestones, we are having tools to help you do that also. So there are certain things we would like to share, maybe in the next webinars to come. But there are ways which are very simple and very easy for you to do, which is doable. Taking into account the so-called cheat days, if it's exercise or wheat, taking into account all of that, taking into account the humanness that we are and the machines that we are not, it is most of the goals are doable.
Yeah.
That's it, Gayatri.
I think we wanted to share these two things today to begin with, so that you have some work to do. And in the next session, we are going to do the next step of, addressing certain emotions and feelings and blocks, and then going to learn few new techniques. That's how we have planned a series of webinars around the goals for the month of January. We are going to talk about that. So yeah, I think we can stop before we start with the discussion and question answer.
Yes, Gayatri. Just before we stop the recording, so just to give an example, just 2 days back, a person on the 1st of Jan, a client message saying that my goal in 2024 is to see that I am able to talk without hesitation. Whatever is there in my mind. Now, that's such a subtle thing, right?
Or
And
it is not a very measurable kind of goal.
yes. So, as we ask anyone, how will you feel if you do that? Oh, I'll feel so happy and free, he said. So, what can I do? And another question that I asked him was, how do you feel when you're not doing it? Or what makes you not talk? What makes you hesitant when you talk? And he said, I am scared. I'm fearful because I had a very strict and disciplined father. So there you go. Are you able to see what we are focusing on? He is scared of the fear and he wants to experience freedom. So maybe tomorrow he will find the courage and start talking his mind out, but that does not ensure that his fear will go away.
Yeah.
that's something that that can be as an example.
Yeah.
There was another client whom we had who came and said, "Oh, I want to manifest or build such kind of a house," and she's been consistently working towards that for the last 3 years now, almost 3 years. And last around a few days back, she came to us and she said, "You know what? My house is happening. I can see it. It's there. And I'm not still feeling happy. I cannot feel that it's my house." And we said, "There you go. You got what God wants, God gets. But why do you want what you want?"
Yeah. Like she got the result, but maybe the focus was not on the feeling. So she's still
Yeah.
not feeling. She thought she would feel when she has her house.
Yeah. So these
So,
kind of examples will maybe set you to think, what is my goal and why do I want it?
and for that matter, when she spoke about that and we did a session for her, she wanted to address that feeling, what is, not allowing her to uh, feel happy. It was not at all related to the house thing. What came in the session was entirely her personal journey and how she feels in the family and what she wants to uh, express but does not find courage to express. So it was nowhere connected to the result or the goal in the external reality which she had thought will give her that feeling. So she was surprised. So that can happen. The ground on which we build our life or live our life can alter, and that can make us more of who we truly are. I think if goals can do that for us, then life can be really a win-win situation. Yeah. So, thank you. Thank you. I'm going to stop the recording and then we are going to take the share.